How's it going? I want to talk a little bit about prayer. Well, this is my little prayer garden back here. It's a little big field, field that I got next door to my house. I like to come over here and just walk around and pray. But it makes me think about a couple other gardens. The first one being the Garden of Eden. And I think about right after Adam and Eve did their thing, they sinned. They disobeyed God. And the first thing, they hid themselves. They knew they were naked and they hid from the voice of God. And it says that God was walking in the cool of the day. That appeals to me. I'm a big man. I get heated and I like whenever it's cool. It's one of my favorite times to come pray, when it's cool out. And it appeals to me because it shows that God is thinking about us. Does it matter to Him about what time of day it is? No. He wants to talk to us when it's most convenient for us, the cool of the day. And it also seems like that it was the cool of the day, and it might have been a routine with them. God would come down and commune with His people that He created and talk to them in the garden and have a good time. But He was looking for them. Hey, where you at? He knew where they were at, but He was calling out to them, seeing if they would respond. The reason why they were hiding from His voice was because they sinned. And I think we do the same thing. When we sin, we hide, as if you could ever hide from God. We hide from His voice. We hide from His commandments. We hide from His will. Why? It's nothing but good for us. It doesn't even make sense. The devil teaches us to hide. He wants us to feel that shame, makes us not want to seek after God. But God's different. He wants us to come to Him, even if we've made a mistake. He wants us to repent, obviously, but He wants us not to hide from Him. Come to your Father and repent if you've done something wrong. And then I think about the second garden, the Garden of Gethsemane. Whenever Jesus was praying, He prayed 3 times, it says. The first time He was praying, and He came back and He saw that Peter and the other apostles were sleeping. He said, wow, y'all couldn't even wait up with me for 1 hour and pray. And I think about that and I laugh. How often do we sit up with God and talk to Him for an hour? Gosh, if I'm honest, it's not as much as I would like to admit. It's not anywhere near an hour. Something we all got to check ourselves with, something we need to work on, right? If I'm not spending enough time with God, man, what am I doing? Am I just blowing my day away, just wasting time? It seems like, for the most part, that's a probable yes. But nevertheless, He speaks to him like, wow, y'all couldn't even do it in an hour? How far behind are we? You know, and then it says He went away again to pray. Came back, well, you're still sleeping. Went again to pray again. 3 times He prayed. Was that 3 hours? Might have been. How much time are we praying? You know, I think a lot of us have a lot of extra time on our hands right now. And there's a big crisis going on. If you haven't noticed, I think there's a lot of available time for us to start praying. I think we need to use this time wisely and try to get some time in. Try to build and work on that relationship with God. Spend that time in prayer. You know, I've actually been taking a negative and turning it into a positive during this time, and I've been using all this extra time and just coming outside. You know, it's been cool lately. Not many more of those days coming, folks. Summer's coming up. Whenever it's cool, I like to come outside. Man, I want to spend time talking to God. Just walk outside and find you a good quiet spot and just spend some time with Him. And don't even think about, man, I got to hurry up and get back to something. Don't worry about that. Just think, man, I just want to go out there and just be. I just want to be in nature. and just look and see what we can discover, and just sit and walk around and just talk to God, and oh, look at those flowers over there, and man, that's in bloom, and man, I appreciate your creation. You know, just be thankful, and it doesn't always have to be about what you need. Hey God, I need this, I need that. That gets old. Nobody wants just to hear all the things you need all the time. How about just thanking Him? Spend an hour in thankfulness. God, man, these are beautiful, you know. And I'm walking up to a bush now that's one of my favorites out here. Call it the bubblegum plant. I don't know if you can see this bud here. Yeah, there it is. It smells like bubblegum. It's my favorite. It's one of the reasons why I like to come out here is I can smell that plant. One of your creations. I give you glory. I thank you for it. There's also a mulberry tree over here. I like to snag a couple mulberries while I'm walking and praying. Maybe you have a mulberry tree. Maybe you have a loquat tree. Something that you can thank Him for around your house. But find you a designated spot and just spend that time. Thank you, and God bless you.